Hi. You didn't see any of that, did you? Okay, great. All right. Well, okay. Why not show off some vinyl? Am I right? Man, no wonder they don't put carpet on steps anymore. I got a carpet burn in my ass. Hi, everybody. This is Steph. Welcome back to Steph's Movies and Music, where nothing embarrassing ever happens.
Get the fuck out of here!
We're gonna show off some vinyl today. No CDs or anything. Like I think the last few videos have been like this too. It's just all vinyl. This is for the months of I fucking forget. But it's been a long time since I've even looked in here. I've got a lot. I've got a full Victrola case here. So we're gonna be here for a little bit. I don't remember what I got in each month. The first one we got here is Toto Hydra. Hopefully you can see that, and the sleeve isn't putting on some glare. I'm going to go ahead and fix this. They like to put it on the wrong way, and I understand why they like to put it on that way. I actually would get vinyl with these sleeves on them, and they'd be on the right way, which is supposed to be, the opening is supposed to be on the top part of the vinyl, not on the side. Therefore, it keeps the record, and you can move it around, and the record won't slip out. So anyway, Toto Hydra. I'm not sure if there's... I think there might be... 99, I think, was a hit. There's a track on here called Lorraine. I wonder if she's related to Rosanna. Or maybe Pamela. Maybe Pamela. Maybe she's like the older sister of Pamela. Moving on. Man, I really fucked up my leg doing that. God damn it. REO Speedwagon, you can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. How fucking funny, REO. This one has Roll with the Changes. It also has Time for Me to Fly. And I believe this is a double platinum selling album. It came out in 1978. Now, I think all of these I've gotten from, I forget where, actually. Oh, there's this antique mall, I guess. It's where a bunch of separate individual vendors go, and they all get their little space in the antique mall. And one of them does vinyl. So, I think that's where probably all of these came from that I've shown so far, including these two. First of which is Loverboy. And I believe it's literally just called Loverboy. So I think this is their debut album, which of course means it has Turn Me Loose on it, and The Kid Is Hot Tonight. Lady of the 80s, I think, I think it was a single. I don't know if it was a hit in any way. Might have charted on the Billboard Hot 100, but maybe not within the top 40. I could be wrong. Then Loverboy Get Lucky. This is their more famous album. This is their second album. And this cover art has actually become kind of an iconic album cover as well. Of course, Working for the Weekend, When It's Over. Lucky Ones. Take Me to the Top. That's not all the track listings, just listing highlights. Next one is a Styx album. Also from the Antique Mall. This is Pieces of 8. This is the album after Grand Illusion. And I can't find a year on here, but I think it's 1978. That makes sense because the next album was Cornerstone, and that was 1979. And Grand Illusion was 1977. Yes, I'm a nerd. So yeah, I guess this would be 78. Two singles off the bat that I know for sure were hits. Renegade and Blue Collar Man, Long Day. Renegade, I think, was in like the top 20. I want to say like number 15 or something like that. Blue Collar Man, Long Nights. I want to say that was like a top 10 hit, but I could be wrong. I want to say that was number 8, but also number 28 also sounds right. So I could be way off on that. I'll correct it on the screen. So yeah, this is a triple platinum selling album. I guess I'll start doing that again. Loverboy, the debut album, is double platinum, and Loverboy Get Lucky is quadruple platinum. Toto Hydra, I believe, is gold. I wasn't going to do that because it's always a headache to edit it if I'm incorrect on something, but... Okay, Foreigner, Agent Provocateur. This is the one with... I wanna know what love is. Yep, that one. Up to this point, I'm pretty sure this was like the lowest selling album that Foreigner had. Speaking of which, they'll be here in St. Louis with Loverboy, actually. July 19th. Yes, this is in the middle of July, and yes, this counts for the month of July, but I know I'm not going to get any vinyl. I promise this time. I was like, I have way too much stuff financially going on right now, so I'm definitely not getting any more vinyl for the rest of the month. Well, guess what the hell happened?
I lied.
Moving on, Chicago 17. I'm going to fix this one as well. Let's see, this one has Hard Habit to Break, You're the Inspiration. I feel like there's another single or two on here that was a hit. So yeah, this is a 6 times platinum selling album. Bobby Brown. This is a huge album, and it's really cool to have on vinyl. I already had it on CD. I might have even had it on cassette. This is Don't Be Cruel. This is the essential Bobby Brown album. And I think this was before he was on crack, but I'm not sure. He might have been experimenting with it already. This has, of course, Don't Be Cruel, My Prerogative, Veroni, Every Little Step. I think that's all the hits on here. This is a 7 times platinum selling album, and it was released in 1988, which is why it's really cool to have it on vinyl, because later on in the 80s and then into the 90s, I've explained this before, vinyl became kind of obsolete in a way. They were printing albums more on CDs than vinyl, so therefore it's harder to find vinyl from that time period. Thus, the prices go up. And I just love squeezing out every drop of money I have, so of course I gotta get the vinyl version. Anyway, this one's really cool. Dark Side of the Moon. This is about to celebrate its 50th anniversary, which I'm thinking about starting to do that, like make videos on anniversaries of famous albums. Might start doing that, but it won't be for like, it'll have to be at least 20 years old, maybe even 20. Well, I don't want to do any 25 or 35s or anything. I have to do it by the decade point. Otherwise, it's just too much to keep track of. So anyway, 1973, once again, 50 years ago. I think this is 15 times platinum. I know this has Time. This has Money. Of course, Eclipse is the one that they actually say Dark Side of the Moon on. I used to be a total noob and thought that there was actually a track called Dark Side of the Moon, but no, it's Eclipse. And it's only like 1.5 minutes long. I believe that, yeah. Alright, so this is... What the hell is this? So I bought this thinking it was the entire album, but it wasn't. I forget what exactly it is, though. I believe it's a Fleetwood Mac album. It's Tusk from Fleetwood Mac, but it's side 3 and 4. I'm missing side 1 and 2. And I don't know what the hits are off of this album. Let's see. As far as I'm concerned, I don't recognize any of these songs. But hey, Fleetwood Mac, Tusk, there you go. Now back to Half Price Books territory. This is a really cool one. Revolver from the Beatles. Now this is Capitol Records. I believe this is the American version, I believe. If I see a Beatles album for under $20, then I'll probably get it. And this was $18, and I was legitimately surprised that it was $18 only. I want to say this was quadruple platinum selling album, I want to say. Could be wrong. On here we have Eleanor Rigby, Yellow Submarine, which I believe is also on another album, I think called Yellow Submarine, which would make sense. I don't know what year this was released in. My guess is 1966. White Album came out in 68, and I know that was before the White Album, so. Alright, next one is Stormfront from Billy Joel. This one's another cool one because it was released in the late 80s, I think 89 to be exact. Yep. I don't know why it's sealed. This could be a remaster, and I really hope it's not a remaster. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording so I can figure out whether or not it's a remaster or not, so I'll be right back. Alright, so this Billy Joel Stormfront album is not a remaster. It is sealed, but it's resealed. If it isn't, then I got a huge steal for $25. I mean, shit. I'm pretty sure it's worth more than that, so I don't think it's sealed. I'm almost scared to open it up because I don't know if it's sealed or not. It didn't say it was sealed on the label. Jeez. This might be something that I might have to buy another copy of. Actually, I think I have it on a cassette. So I'll just listen to it like that, if I could find my cassette player. We Didn't Start the Fire. Downeaster Alexa is a single. Don't know how well it did. I Go to Extremes. Leningrad, maybe. And So It Goes. So there's a few hits on here. I know We Didn't Start the Fire is number 1. I Go to Extremes, I want to say that's within the top 10. I know it was in the top 40 for sure. And So It Goes, I also want to say it was somewhere on the top 40. Once again, 1989, so really cool to have it possibly, like, factory sealed. Possibly. Alright, next is Aerosmith. Toys in the Attic. Very famous and iconic album. I will be seeing Aerosmith in St. Louis, which is obviously where I live, October 26th at Enterprise Center. I actually already had this album, but it's not original. It's a remaster that I bought from, I believe it's Guitar Center. Anyway, I bought it from there. And so I bought a few albums from there. I had my copy of Guns N' Roses Appetite for Destruction is from there. So, needless to say, it's a remaster. 180 gram vinyl and everything. So it sounds great. It probably sounds better than this. In fact, I'm almost 100% positive that it would sound better than this. But I'd rather have it be old school original copy. And this inner sleeve has definitely seen some time. It looks like a fucking Pirates man. I believe it's 75. Yep. So that's coming up to on 50 years. Let's see. We got Walk This Way, big 10-inch record, Sweet Emotion, and that's a 9 times platinum album. Ought to be coming up on diamond here within the next couple years. This is Robert Palmer, Riptide. This is a triple platinum selling album for $5. Addicted to Love, and I Didn't Mean to Turn You On, I believe are the hits here. Discipline of Love might have been a hit. Fun fact, the music video to Addicted to Love by Robert Palmer was parodied by Shania Twain when she did her music video for Man, I Feel Like a Woman.
Did you know that? Now, if you put a hot dog in a flashlight, nothing happens. Now you know!
Okay, so this is Santana. I forget which one. I think this is Santana 3. I think this is like a double platinum selling album, I think. I like the album art, though. It's definitely of that time period. I think this is 1971. Very, very, very cool looking. Okay, Bruce Springsteen, Tunnel of Love. What songs are on here? Obviously, Tunnel of Love. He's got such a deep catalog that I'd probably be overwhelmed if I went to one of his concerts. Not only does he have a deep catalog, but he does his damn best to try to play every single song that you would want to hear, because it's like 4 hours long. So, yeah, the ticket might be $300, but you kind of get your money's worth when the set list is like 40 songs long. Alright. Blue Oyster Cult. Fire of Unknown Origin. This has Burning for You on it. I want to say they had Don't Fear the Reaper there too, and I was really torn between this one and that one. because I love the song Don't Fear the Reaper. It's been in many movies, specifically it's been in the Halloween franchise. I love that song so much. I think I like Brennan for You just a little bit more. Although I feel like Don't Fear the Reaper is a little bit more creative. Definitely has a better guitar solo. I love the little riff in the middle that kind of breaks it up. It sounds like something from like a Castlevania video game. But Burning for You is, to me, a little bit catchier. It's definitely more accessible. I know this is a gold-selling album. It's 1981. They also had Spectres, I think, too. But for whatever money I had, I can only afford between that one and Don't Fear the Reaper. I forgot I had this. This is from V-Stocks. They have a lot of like newer remastered vinyl and vinyl of like by newer artists or albums by newer artists on vinyl, as well as CDs and whatnot. But they also have some OG vinyl. I don't believe this is remastered. I could be wrong. But I don't think it is. This is Physical Graffiti from Led Zeppelin. It was $25, and I feel like it should have been $50. And I think it was buy two, get one free, or something like that. All of them are $25. I made sure to get the most bang for my buck. Diver Down, Van Halen. I think before this, I have, by Van Halen anyway, I only have the most critically acclaimed albums by Van Halen. The first one, of course. And then I have Van Halen Jump. And then I also have 5150. I might have OU812, but I'm not 100% sure. So Van Halen, Diver Down. I don't know if this is really worth the $25 or not. Where Have All the Good Times Gone? The little guitars I heard is really cool. Oh, Pretty Woman. Dancing in the Street. There you go. 1982. By the way, Physical Graffiti, I believe, is a 16 times platinum selling album. Diver Down, I want to say it's a double platinum. Okay, so Document from REO. It says REM number 5, so I'm going to assume... Oh, no, it's called number 5 Document. Okay, interesting. Maybe it is the 5th album of theirs. I'm not sure. I believe this is a platinum selling album. And this was definitely the free one. Actually, at first, I forgot about the buy two, get one free. So I went up to the cash register with just these two, the Physical Graffiti and Diver Down. And then she was like, oh, you could get one for free now. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. And I was torn between this one and Diver Down, but I decided I'd rather have Diver Down than this one because I'm not even a fan of REM, but I think it would be really cool to have one of their albums on vinyl, just because I think it's worth money. This is 1987, and once again, that's when albums were starting to get kind of expensive. It's also because hair metal was the thing of that time, and a lot of hair metal albums and just metal albums in general go for a pretty penny. So there's that. So yeah, there's that. I don't know if there's any hits really on this one. You done? This was at Slackers, actually, the same day that I got these three from V-Stock. This was probably June, sometime around there. There's a couple more things in here. Oh, yeah, we went to, I was with Raven. In fact, you'll see this at some point. I think this was the day that we went and saw the new Spider-Man movie, and which is a really good movie, by the way. A lot of people didn't like all the different type of art styles that they put in there. I thought it was a little cumbersome at first. It was a little overwhelming, but it was also very, very, very cool. And a lot of times it was really funny the way that they did it. But before doing that, we went to a couple malls. We went to, I forget where, I think the Galleria or whatever. And then we also went to a Gundam store. under Raven's request. They had Super Famicom games there, which makes total sense. And they had F1 Grand Prix Part 3 for the Super Famicom, so I bought it. I do have a Super Famicom. I don't know if it works. It might have worked when I bought it. I don't know if it still does. I've tried to play one other game on it, and I think it's like Final Fight or something like that. No, it's Street Fighter, but it's like the first Street Fighter, which I believe only came out in Japan. So anyway, but yeah, a little cool F-150 Japanese style Super Famicom. Okay, so another Loverboy, and once again, these are from Slackers. This was $3. Loverboy, loving every minute of it. This is 1985. Of course, it has loving every minute of it. I don't know if that's the only hit from this album. It might be. I forget. I think this is like a double platinum selling album, so that makes me feel like there's probably at least one other hit on there. Lead a Double Life, maybe. We got John Cougar Mellencamp, It's kind of interesting, like Barbie doll kind of style artwork. So there's Pink Houses on there, which is why I bought it. Authority Song. Hawthorne Heights, Lost Frequencies. So this is not their newest album, it's the album prior to their newest. Good band. Never really listened to them before, but just on a whim, I bought bought a ticket. This was June 15th that the concert took place. Hawthorne Heights, Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, Alien Ant Farm, and the Ataris were going to be in downtown St. Louis at this venue that I've never been at called The Armory. I've been there for the concert. Since then, I've been there once for the concert and then once again with a group of friends. It's definitely some place that you want to go with friends if you want to take advantage of the activities in there. It's a really cool place if you're around St. Louis or like in the area, kind of around there, St. Charles, St. Peter's, something like that. Ferguson, you should totally go down there with a group of at least, I'd say 4 friends. No, 3 other friends. Bring yourself and 3 friends. So like 4 people. A group of 4 would have a blast. I posted a photo of this. I ended up taking a photo with the guy. The dude's super down to earth. Loves his fan base. Genuinely is grateful for his fan base. Still really good at singing. I could tell the audience really loved him too, and I love him too because he seems like a genuinely nice guy. After we took that photo, we gave each other a great bear hug, and I told him thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing what he does. Even though I wasn't a fan prior to that, but I am now. And it's not even really just because of how good the music is. It's really good music, and it's really catchy stuff. It's really dark stuff. It's emo type stuff, kind of. It was an emo festival. Apparently all those bands were kind of emo-oriented in some way. I thought they were more alternative rock. Hawthorne Heights, I could see how it would be emo, but the rest I thought were like more alternative. He signed it and everything, so yeah, it was cool. And that is the last of it. Sorry it went on for so long. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you liked this video. Stay tuned, once again, lots of live in St. Louis videos coming up, meaning live videos of concerts. If that's your thing, I know a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people don't like people recording like the entirety of a concert, which I don't record the entirety of it. I record mainly the hit stuff and other things that I feel like people would like to see. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you come back. Subscribe if you haven't. Appreciate you watching this, especially this far. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later. Steph signing off. I'm gonna go fall down the stairs again.